So, good evening, or good morning, good afternoon, whatever the time is when you're watching this. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Pendulum, and I am your math tutor on this channel. Remember, this is Pendulmatics, and basically we solve math problems here. Okay, so you're welcome back. We'll be looking at quadratic equations. In our last video, I showed you how to solve quadratic equations by factorization. So today we'll be looking at another method of solving quadratic equations by completing the square method. All right, completing the square method, and I'll just take some examples to show you how this is done. Now you can see on the board there's already a solved example here. Normally I would go with you step by step on how to do it, but I used this to teach somebody just a few hours ago. So what I'm going to do now is I will explain the steps for you as it's already on the board, and then after I've explained it, it's almost the same thing, but like solving it, step by step with you. Then we'll also take another example so that it's clearer for you. All right, so let's go. The example here says find the roots of the quadratic equation 3x squared minus 5x plus 2 is equal to 0. Okay, now our solution, this is our equation. Remember that in this equation, a is equals to 3, a is the coefficient of x squared, b is minus 5, b is the coefficient of x, and c is 2. All right, c is the constant. Do not forget that. Now the first step, we must move the constant to the right hand side. That's the first step. You move the constant plus 2 to the right hand side, and if you do that, you're going to get this. So everything on the left hand side, this and this stays here, and this plus 2 moves here to become minus 2. That's quite simple. The second step, you make a, which is the coefficient of x squared to be unity. So you make the coefficient of x squared to be unity. That's to be 1. And how do you make it 1? You divide through by whatever is in front of x. Alright, so you're basically cancelling it out by dividing by itself. So you divide here by 3, you divide here by 3, you divide here by 3. You divide through the entire equation by the coefficient of x squared so that it cancels out itself. And if it cancels out itself, you're left with x squared here. Then you have minus 5 over 3x. And on this side, we have minus 2 over 3. Alright, so that's quite simple. Just divide through by 3. Divide through by the coefficient of x squared. Then the third step, which is a bit tricky. There are like 3 steps in this third step. So pay attention. First of all, this is now our b. Minus 5 over 3. That's now our b, right? That's the coefficient of x. You are going to take half of b. That's, you're going to multiply it by half, or you're going to divide it by 2, which is the same thing. Half of anything, multiply something by half is dividing by 2. So you're going to take half of this, the coefficient of x, that's b. When you take half of it, the result you get, you're going to square it and then add it to both sides. Very important, I'll say it again. Whatever is in your b from here, by the time you've divided through and this one is unity, whatever is the coefficient of x, you are going to divide it by 2 or multiply it by half, any way you want to put it, the same thing. And then the result you get, you square it and add it to both sides of the equation. And that's what we have here. So our b here is minus 5 over 3. If you multiply it by half, that's 1 over 2. You're going to get minus 5 over 6. 3 times 2 is 6. Minus 5 times 1 is minus 5. So you have minus 5 over 6. And then, like I said, you square it. Okay? You square it, square everything. And then you add it to both sides. So you come back here and you add this to the left hand side and to the right hand side. So that's how we got this. Alright, so x squared minus 5 over 3x plus, then you add this, minus 5 over 6 squared is equals to minus 2 over 3 plus minus 5 over 6 squared. Alright, so just add it to both sides. Then from here, it's just simple arithmetics. Alright, now if you look at this left hand side, we have a difference of two squares. We have x squared here, and we have minus 5 over 6 squared here. This is squared, this is squared, so it's a difference of two squares. We can take one of these, and square both of them. So you take x minus 5 over 6 squared. That's a difference of two squares. So you take one of these, take this, and then square it. Alright, and then on this right hand side, we just resolve it normally. So minus 5 squared is 25. That's minus 5 times minus 5. 6 squared, 6 times 6 is 36. Alright, then we'll bring this one just down. This one, just repeat it. We are going to add these fractions. The LCM of 3 and 36 is 36. 36 divided by 3 is 12. Right? 12 times 2 minus 24. 12 times minus 2, sorry, is minus 24. Then 36 divided by 36 is 1. 1 times 25 plus 25. You bring this down again the same way, nothing changes. Minus 24 plus 25 is 1 over 36. Then at this point, you need to remove the square. So you take square roots of both sides. You take square root of this side, you take square root of this side. Now if you take square root of this side, the square root will cancel out the square. That's what we have here. And then you have square root of 1 over 36. Square root is always plus or minus. Remember that. Okay? Square root is always plus or minus. If, for instance, you take the square root of 4, the answer is plus or minus 2. Okay? Because plus 2 times plus 2 is 4. Minus 2 times minus 2 is also 4. So, square root is always plus and minus. So, that's where. So this one, if you cancel out the square with the square root, you have this. Then here, square root of 1 is 1. Square root of 36 is 6. Plus or minus 1 over 6. That's how we came here. Okay, I hope it's clear up to this point. Alright, if it's not clear, please ask a question in the comments. Alright, now, from here now, all we need to do is to collect like terms. So we take this minus 5 over 6 to this side. We'll move it to the right hand side, and if it moves, this is minus, it becomes plus. So that's how we have here plus or minus 1 over 6 plus, when it moves, plus 5 over 6. Okay, when it moves, it becomes plus. Okay, then from here now, it means because we have plus or minus here, it means we have two possible solutions. Okay, x is either plus 1 over 6 plus 5 over 6 or minus 1 over 6 plus 1 plus 5 over 6. So this plus or minus means we have two possible solutions. Plus 1 over 6 plus 5 over 6 or minus 1 over 6 plus 5 over 6. Now if you resolve this, LCM between 6 and 6 is 6. 6 into 6, 1 times 1 is, in fact, this will just give you, okay, sorry, let me write it out. This will give you 6 into 6 is 6. 6 times 1, 1. Plus 6 into 6 is 6. 6 times 1, 5. Alright, the same thing here. 6 into 6 is 6. 6 times minus 1, minus 1. 6 into 6 is 6. 6 times 5, 5. Alright, so 1 plus 5 is 6 over 6, which is 1. Or minus 1 plus 5 is 4. That's like 5 minus 1, which is 4. 4 divided by 6. 2 here. 2 into 4 is 2. 2 into 6 is 3. So our answer is that x is either 1 or x is 2 over 3. And if you quickly factorize this, you will find out that you will get these answers. Alright, so you can check it by yourself to know if it's correct. But if you factorize it, I've checked it. These are your answers. Alright, so I hope this is clear. This is how you solve by completing the square. So I'm going to take another example quickly, and then we'll end. All right, I don't want these videos to get too long. So okay, so let's solve the second one. We're asked to solve completely 5x squared minus 2x minus 9. Now the first one I just explained, it was solvable by factorization, okay, but this cannot be solved by factorization. So let us use completing the square. All right, so solution, we have 5x squared minus 2x minus 9 equal to 0. First step, like I said, move the constant to the right hand side. So I won't be writing all the steps again. I only write it for the first example so that you can copy it out if you are doing so. Alright, so I will no need to do that again. So we just move the constant to the right hand side, and we're going to have that 5x squared minus 2x is equal to 9. That's the next step. Alright, then the second step, we're going to make the coefficient of x squared to be unity. So this a, we're going to make it unity by dividing through by 5, 5, 5. So we're going to have x squared minus 2 over 5x is equals to 9 over 5. Okay. All right. Now, when we get this, remember that at this third step now, we're going to multiply this. We're going to multiply b, that's minus 2 over 5, by half. That's 1 over 2. Then we square the result and add to both sides. So let me just put that in a little bracket here. So we have minus 2 over 5. We are going to multiply it by half. Okay, so we'll multiply it by half. And 2 here is 1. 2 into 2 is 1. So this will give us minus 1 over 5. Okay, minus 2 over 5 times 1 over 2 will give you minus 1 over 5. Then we're going to square it. Okay, so this is what we get. I think maybe we need to reduce this line so that this board can be okay. So I hope you're with me. I hope you're not confused. All right, first of all, I took this minus 9, the constant, to the other side. Then the second step, you make the coefficient of x squared to be unity by dividing through. So divide through by minus 5 by 5, 5, 5. This will cancel itself. You have this. Then for the third step, this your coefficient of x, you are going to multiply by half or divide it by 2. Then you square the result and add to both sides. So that's what we did here. Minus 2 over 5 times 1 over 2. 2 will cancel 2. You're left with minus 1 over 5. You square it, and then we're going to add it to both sides. That means we're going to get x squared minus 2 over 5x plus minus 1 over 5 square is equal to, on this other side, 9 over 5 plus minus 1 over 5 square. Okay, and then on this side, remember, is a difference of 2 square. So what you're just going to do, pick the x and pick one of these. Okay, so you just open a bracket, x minus 1 over 5, everything squared. That's all you need to do on this left hand side. Just remember that because it's a difference of 2 square, you can pick one x, pick one of the ones in the bracket here, and then square it. Then on this side, let's open this square. So we're going to have 9 over 5 minus 1 squared is plus 1, 5 squared is 25. Right? Quite straightforward, right? Good. So let's go. We'll just bring this down. X minus 1 over 5 squared is equal to, now let's add this. The LCM of 5 and 25 is 25. Okay, 25 divided by 5 is 5. 5 times 9, 45. Plus 25 divided by 25 is 1. 1 times 1 is 1. So I still bring this down again. Now 45 plus 1 is 46 all over 25, right? Okay. Alright, so now we are going to take square root of both sides. So we're going to take square root of x minus 1 over 5 square and square root of 46 over 25. Alright, so okay, so we're going on. I hope it's all clear to this stage. I had to get the calculator because I'm saying root 46 here, and 46 doesn't have a perfect square or a perfect square root. Okay, but let's go on. So from here now, we know that this square root will cancel the square. So if that happens, we're going to be left with let me write out what we'll be left with. X minus 1 over 5 is equal to, that if you cancel square and square root, that's what I mean. If you cancel these two, this will be left on one side, and on the other side you have the square root of 46 divided by 25. The square root of 46 is I think 6 point something, 6.78. Okay, all over 5. 6.78 all over 5. That's this. Square root of 46 and square root of 25 is 5. Now we'll just collect like terms. So minus 1 over 5 will cross to the other side. We're left with x is equal to 6.78 over 5 plus 1 over 5. When it crosses to the other side, it becomes plus. Okay. Remember that square root is always plus or minus. Sorry, please don't omit this, because if you omit this, you'll not be able to get the two answers you're supposed to get. So please remember that square root is always plus or minus. That means you're going to be having plus or minus. That means x is either plus 6.78 over 5 plus 1 over 5, or okay, I'll solve this one here, or maybe let's just finish so that, because of space. So if we solve this, the LCM of both is 5. So 5 into 5 is 1. 6.78. 5 into 5 is 1. 1 times 1, 1. Okay. So this gives us 6.78 plus 1 is 7.78 all over 5. And if you divide this, 7.78 divided by 5, that will give you 1.56 to 2 decimal place. Or, so this is one answer. Now, the second part, x will now be equal to, remember this is plus or minus. So we are taking the positive part. Now, x can also be minus 6.78 over 5 plus 1 over 5. Now, in this case, just like this, our LCM is 5. And we're still going to get minus 6.78 plus 1. Okay, nothing is changing because the LCM of both of them is 5. So 5 into 5 is 1. 1 times this is this. 5 into 5 is 1. 1 times 1 is 1. So nothing changes. Okay, now minus 6.78 plus 1 will give you minus 5.78. Just remove 1 from this over 5. Okay, and if you divide this, minus 5.78 divided by 5, you should be getting minus 1.16. Alright, so therefore we have that x is 1.56 or minus 1.16. Okay, so these are our two values of x. Okay, if you solve by factorization, so if you solve by completing the square method, factorization will not work here. All right, now one thing you should know, whenever you see that your answers are in fraction, mostly factorization will not work. Not every time though, but mostly they don't work. But this particular one will not be factorizable. Okay, so you can confirm either maybe solving with your calculator. This calculator can solve quadratic equation, or use natural display Casio, or you use quadratic formula if you know how to do it. That will be the next thing we'll look at. Okay, so I'll end this video by giving you an assignment to try. Just try this one out. Solve for x if okay x squared plus x minus 12 is equal to 0. So I think this is a pretty easy one. It's quite easy though, so try this. All right, if you are able to solve it, you can drop your answer in the comments, or you drop your solution in the Telegram channel. Like I said, the link to our Telegram channel is in this channel's description, so you can look for it and join the Telegram channel. You drop your solution there, or you send it to me on WhatsApp. Okay, so I'm going to, maybe in a few days, maybe in 2 days or so, I will also make a video explaining the solution of this. It's a very short video, maybe 3 minutes video. All right, but try this out and see if you can solve it. All right, so thank you for that. I believe these two examples have explained completing the square method enough to your understanding. All right, so the next video will look at solving using quadratic formula, or what we call the almighty formula. Okay, it's called almighty because it can solve all quadratic equations. Right, so please, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like this video so that more people can watch it. Drop a comment, let me know if you found it helpful, let me know if you learned something, and then most importantly, subscribe to this channel so that we can grow our numbers and reach more people. Just hit that subscribe button and also tap on the notifications bell so that whenever we drop a new video on a new topic, you will be notified as well. Okay, and don't forget to share this video with your friends, share with your anybody that you know will need it. You can share on your WhatsApp status, share to Facebook, and share individually to people. All right, so I'll see you in the next video. I am Pendulum. This is Pendulmatics, and we believe here that mathematics can be fun and easy. All right, so till next time, be good and keep learning.